family. 2020 presidential candidate Cory Booker is asking his supporters for help as he warns that his days in this race could be a bit numbered. The New Jersey senator tweeting, "We're at a crossroads in this campaign. We need to raise $1.7 million by September 30th to be in a position to build the organization we need to compete for the nomination. And if we can do it, but if we don't see a legitimate long-term path going forward." Joining me now, Cory Booker's campaign manager, Addisu Demissie, with a big welcome to you.
Thank
Is
you.
that the case?
I'm sorry?
Is that the case, what we've heard?
Absolutely. Look, we laid it plain out there in that tweet and the memo I put out yesterday, and we've actually seen a remarkable outpouring of support already. We've raised $363,000 since yesterday morning.
So $363 just in 24 hours?
In 24 hours. Yesterday was our biggest online fundraising day of the entire campaign. Obviously still a big hill to go, but we think we can get there. And frankly, it's a stretch goal, but we raised $1.4 million in the last 10 days of the first quarter. So it's there to be had. 53% of our donors over the last 24 hours have been new to the campaign. So it's not just folks who have supported us in the past. We're bringing new people into this campaign. And I think it just shows that this race is still wide open. You just saw that poll. And there's a lot of movement happening in Iowa. There's a lot of movement happening in New Hampshire. We've still got 4.5 months to go. And Cory should be in this race. His voice should be in this race. And it will be if folks step up.
If they don't, though, and I know you don't want to talk about the negatives, but the potential, should that, I guess, remaining, $1.35 million or whatever it's going to be that you need to raise in the next 9 days or so, if that does not happen, does that mean that he would not stand on that debate stage for which he is already qualified in mid-October?
Here's what I'll say. Cory Booker is in this race to win it. We are building a campaign to win, and to this date, since we got into this race on February 1st, we have built a campaign to win. We are seeing that momentum in the early states. You see here yesterday in Iowa at the stake fry, a huge amount of support. We have the most endorsements in Iowa from state legislators. Same goes in New Hampshire. There's a long way to go here, but the reality is if we cannot credibly build an organization here in the fall, we can't compete to win. And this is about winning. Cory's in it to win. He's not playing for second place. And so, yeah, the answer is if we cannot meet our goals in the next 9 days, we're going to have to take a hard look about what the rest of this campaign may or may not look like.
But look, this is a pretty bold statement that you said this is what we need. We've got to have it or we're out, everybody. He was echoing the same sentiments when he was out on the trail there with the steak fry. There are some that are cynics who would suggest, wow, this is an amazing campaign fundraising tactic. What do you say to that? Because it's working. Yeah. Look how much you got in the last 24 hours.
I mean, all I can say is it's not, right? You know, the proof will be in the pudding come October 1st after we get through this quarter. But we wanted to be radically transparent with our supporters. And frankly, there are a lot of people out there who are not, who don't realize that there are really only 3 or 4 candidates who have the resources to really credibly build an organization. And that's what you have to do here in October and November to win the nomination. And if you are actually running to win, if you're actually running for first place and to be the nominee, you got to put up or shut up right now. And we're saying out loud what, frankly, I think a lot of the campaigns aren't saying out loud, which is that it's now or never. And we expect people to step up. And we've seen, again, in the last 24 hours plus that people are stepping up. And I'm confident that we're going to get there.
All right. Well, we'll be looking to October 1st. And I hope you come back and talk to me again. Addisu Demissie, thank you so much.
I will do it anytime, Alex.